Welcome to the Ignition podcast. Here we seek to discuss issues relating to business, education, personal development, and also work-life balance. So what would you say it takes to build a brand, and also
community, collaboration, a lot of visibility, and just consistency.
You know what inspires me? They're representing a lot of other women out there.
Being a woman, I think it just puts you in this vulnerable category. You really have to remain true to yourself. So I think as long as you stay on the path and you have to also see these predators, and see these predators around you, but still don't let them in.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Ignition podcast. We're very much excited to have you join us today. Here we seek to discuss issues relating to business, education, personal development, and also work-life balance. We also seek to divulge a lot into different ideas which we believe can be able to help the African child, African youth, and also help us become more self-reliant. Today we're excited to have a very wonderful guest with us, an amazing and beautiful, I would say, entrepreneur, creative. Today with us, Tara.
Hi.
You're welcome to the Ignition.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, so Tara I would say she's involved in the entertainment industry. She's also, I think, a promoter. And I'll allow you to introduce herself and just to tell us a little bit about yourself and what she does.
Okay, so I was born and raised in the U.S. and I came here to Zim during the year of 2020. And I just started expanding into what I had been doing kind of in the U.S. in the past few years. I was very intrigued by the entertainment industry, so I wanted to get involved. And since then, I have done a lot of events. I've worked with a lot of artists, and I just want to make my mark in the creative industry and do what I can to expose the beautiful creativity here in Zimbabwe.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's really amazing. And we're excited that you're doing and you're passionate about the kind of work that you're doing. And I believe in Zimbabwe, we have a lot of creatives. People are really talented and they're very good, be it musically or whatever creative arts they do. And I think people like you, they really, at least, I think as we're talking, you're like a catalyst in helping them to at least achieve what they, I think, to scale up whatever they're doing. And we're excited to be with you here today, and we hope we'll learn a lot with you. So Tara, what did you say inspired you to get started in the, I think, events promotion business, or just being in the entertainment space? What did you say inspired you to do that? Did you study it, or you were also inspired?
I'll say I was also inspired. I got involved in the promotional space and the event space when I lived in Long Beach, California. Mm-hmm. I met a group of Caribbean guys, and they had been, in the Los Angeles Caribbean scene for a long time, and they were looking to expand and do something different in Long Beach. So we met randomly on the street, but then they were like, "Hey, you want to be a promoter?" So then I was like, "Yeah, why not?" I wasn't really exposed to reggae music growing up or African music or anything. So I was really intrigued already by the culture. So I started, being one of their head people on their street team and helping them build their brand and their events. And I just, it became like second nature to me. It became like, this is what I do. So I just, it inspired me to go on and create my own stuff and my own brand. So yeah.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
And just as a follow-up to what you're saying, so what did you say was, what do you think is the role of a mentor? or or a role model, so to speak?
Oh,
In the entertainment field, yeah.
When somebody just takes you under their wing, shows you the ropes, and they walk you through everything. They show you the steps. They show you, you should do this or you should not do this. It's not going to work, and just a lot of guidance to get to the ultimate goal.
Is it?
Yeah.
So it's very critical to have that guidance and to know what to do.
Right.
Oh, that's amazing. So you heard it yourself. I think it's very important to really have that guidance whenever. I think even if you're in the entertainment space or within whatever field you're in, you need that. I think mentors are important, and you need that guidance in whatever you're doing. So just try to identify certain people in the career you're passionate about and receive that type of guidance. I think coming back here in Zim, like, what would you say are the similarities in terms of, events compared to the ones which happen in the US? Do you think we're catching up here in Zimbabwe, or let me just bracket it in Africa? Do you think we're kind of trying to catch up, or we still have a long way to go?
I would say that it's pretty comparable. I mean, the capacity of events happen here.
Yeah.
The frequency happens, the quality happens, I believe.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that's lacking is maybe like a little bit more versatility, or even just a little bit more of Zimbabwe's own cultural.
Something unique to us, probably.
Yeah, okay. Or just embracing more of what comes from Zimbabwe, because Zimbabwe is easily swayed.
We don't know what.
They're easily like, I'm South African now, but it's like there's so much that goes on here that I feel like we missed that point.
So what did you say belongs to us? I know we have the Mbira, with traditional music happening, but not a lot of people probably appreciate Mbira music. I think maybe that's why people start having that identity crisis.
Right.
So I don't know, what would you say is the best way we can solve that?
I think everyone needs to just stand together on it. It's like the DJs, the promoters, everybody needs to stand together on it, because everybody is just off in other places, and it starts to divide. And if we're all doing it together, then we're all going to be like, okay, let's do this. Like, let's Team Zimbabwe,
That's very true. Yeah, I've seen it actually happening a little bit in the fashion industry. I've attended, I don't know if you've attended one of the events, Fabric Party.
Yes.
I don't know if you've heard of that, organized by Woleni.
Right.
They try to bring a lot of creatives who are within the fashion industry, and they just try to create a signature which is biased towards Zimbabwe.
Right.
And I think they're doing a wonderful job.
They're doing an awesome job.
I think it needs to cut across.
Right.
Be it musicians, and also I usually listen to Zimbabwe music when I'm outside, like when I go outside the country. That's it. I start listening to music like Sungura and things like that. But I think we indeed need to have that identity and put it out there.
Right.
Yeah. Welcome to the second segment of the Ignition, and I hope in case you have any questions, please do type them down on the comment section. So Tara, it's good to talk to you and also gain or learn from some of your experiences that you've had in the entertainment field. So I would love to learn more about the initiative or like a project you're working on with Third World Entertainment. Could you please just tell us a little bit about it and when you started Third World Entertainment?
Okay.
Just tell us about it. What inspired that?
So, like I was mentioning in the last segment, I did start promoting Caribbean African events in Los Angeles, California.
Yes.
And at a certain period of time, I left there through my job, and I still had that passion for that in my soul, because I did that from 2006 to 2010, or 2007 to 2010. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so once I moved to Dallas, I was still inspired again, because they have a really robust Caribbean community, and they have a lot that goes on there, a lot of energy. Okay. So I just was like, let me do this on my own. Let me just try to do it again. So I created Third World Entertainment in 2011, I would say, around there. And so I just sought out to just be doing, Afro-Caribbean events. I didn't really do much in Dallas. But then once I came to Zim, which was in the beginning of 2020, right before COVID. Okay. And I was here for 2 weeks, and then everything was locked down.
Wow.
So
you stayed here for 2 weeks and went back? Oh.
No. Oh, I'm really? Saying after I landed, 2 weeks after I landed, then COVID happened, and my goodness. Everything was locked down. Yeah. No, I didn't. Well, no, I didn't panic.
Oh, you just... You were actually away from home.
Well, yeah, I was home away from home. I didn't know that at that time, but 2 to 3 weeks in, it was just, everybody was stuck in the house, all that was going on. Yeah. And then eventually things started opening up just a little bit. So I went and I met this family that I met online of expats. One of them was from Australia, another one was from the States, and they were just looking for a play date with the kids since we'd all been locked in the house. So then we go to the play date, and then she tells me oh, there's going to be a party. And I said, oh my God, there's going to be a party. I'm just excited about it. Yeah. So I go there and I meet all these artists. Yeah. And then I started to see wow, Zimbabwe has a lot of talent. And then so I was like, well, that's
when you started seeing the Zim energy.
Oh yeah. I mean, and it was small scale, because we had to be hiding during COVID. We couldn't be we couldn't be congregating. Yeah. So then we started just doing this series of small little parties. Okay. And then as things started to open up, we would do them bigger. We would go to different people's houses, and I eventually purchased a sound system and microphones and lighting, and I did all of that. So I was like, I'm going to just...
All this during the COVID space.
All the way during the COVID. So then as I'm meeting people, and nobody had anything to do, so they'd always be coming to my house. Okay. So we just have little jam sessions, just rock out, everybody freestyling, whatever's happening. And then I was like, well, I guess I might as well make this an event.
This happened,
So we started Essential Sundays from my house, and it started very small. It would just be 30, 40 people. Okay. And then as time went on, then it started getting into the 100. I think the biggest one we had was at the end of 2021, I think, which was a little over 200 people. Okay. But that's pretty much the backstory of how everything transpired.
So Essential Sundays was one of your first events to curate under the banner of Third World Entertainment within Zimbabwe. Right. Okay. Yeah. I've had the liberty of attending some of the Essential Sundays, and I think it's a good space. And it's also a good networking space for different creatives around. Do you have other events you're working on, which is also under Third World Entertainment? Yes. Which are a little bit different from Essential Sundays. Right.
So I can't really say it. Okay. But I am working on a really big event. I've actually been working on it for about 2 years. Okay. I haven't quite rolled it out yet because, this is Zimbabwe. So there's always these little things that happen that slow things down. But God willing, everything will be exposed.
Also, for now, it's still top secret.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Everyone would have to sign an NDA on this one. No, you can't. Yeah, you can't. I can't expose this one.
No, it's fine. What I can say is we're looking forward to that. I don't know. I'll say a banger of an event. We're just waiting to see when that comes out. And what would you say has been the role of collaboration? As you are, as an events promoter, it's not easy to create an event and to ideate it so it actually happens. What would you say has been the role of collaboration, either within artists or different service providers? I don't know.
I would say it plays a big role because, as much as I would like to do everything by myself, because sometimes
you can be a one-man band.
Yeah, because sometimes working with too many people becomes so much of a challenge.
Yeah.
But it really comes down to the quality of people, and you just have to collaborate because everybody has something to offer in the whole scheme of the mission, so you have to have your media people, your Felixes, your Gonis, your all these people, and you have to have the people that are going to make sure that I'm reliable in these situations because I know like we're all in this together to make this happen. Yeah, so it's collaboration is definitely major.
It's quite key and critical.
Yeah.
Thanks for highlighting that. And then something I want to also find out from you is where do you see yourself, or where do you see Essential Sundays growing? Like what's the trajectory you want to see it going forward? Do you want to maintain it as a small, I would say intimate type of setup, or is it something you want to scale up? Maybe expand it to different cities in the future? I don't know. What's the idea?
So the idea is
for your audience.
Yeah, the idea definitely is to keep it intimate. If I can stay under 200 or 300 people or whatever, that's definitely the goal, because it's something that's needed. Like we can all go to the bar, we can all go to these big concerts. We're not talking to anyone. Nobody's talking, nobody's networking, nobody's collaborating, and it was created to be a space for the underground artists, like the ones that need some exposure. So, I mean, I really hope, my goal really is to just try to get more funding, because up to this point, I fund all of this stuff by myself. And, but I do feel like I need more outside financial backing and, stuff like that. So I'm just trying to look at different avenues so that it's more solid.
To make it sustainable.
Yeah, and so that it's more productive, because I want these artists to leave with a lot, good quality footage and videos they can share, build their social media pages and stuff like that. So
that's beautiful. So I think we just invite everyone who's watching out there, if you wish to be a part of Third World Entertainment, or if you wish to support the work that Tara is also doing to empower artists and also creatives out there, you can always reach out to her. I think at the end of the show, we should share also how you can be able to contact her and also engage and also collaborate. And then lastly, I just want to find out, like, what do you think when you look at the industry in Zimbabwe, entertainment industry, like what are some of the things you feel like we can improve on in terms of entertainment and just the industry in general? Can someone live off that industry? Is it something that someone can get into and say, I can make a living out of this?
I think what stops artists from actually making a living off of it here is the infrastructure. Like I don't want to say any acronyms or names of things that control the artists, royalties and things. I don't want to mention those people, but that part is a little flawed there. And I also believe that there needs to be a lot more focus, and there needs to be a lot more support from different people, like outside people or people that have money, actually, people that can financially say, like, I'm going to manage this artist, or I'm going to help them because there's so much talent out there.
Yeah,
but I think it's really a lot of lack of funding, management, the proper influence on a lot of these artists, because a lot of them fall into drugs and vanish away. And so those things are really important, I believe, to like sustain it and grow it and make it something. Because I feel like Zimbabwean music should be worldwide.
Yeah, it has to be worldwide. Yeah, it definitely has to. But I think if those issues are addressed, I think also the corporate sector maybe can be an avenue. But the challenge would be how to engage them properly. So I believe Third World Entertainment can help with that guidance.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so.
That guidance, and so that a normal individual artist who comes from maybe a high density area, he doesn't know, he's talented, he doesn't know which office he can go to, what to do to scale up the talent. But I think people like you can really help with that.
That's the goal. I mean, I really want to do as much as I can do, because just to inspire people and tell them they can do it, it goes a long way. When you have somebody behind you pushing you and letting you know that you can do it. I want to make my mark there.
And you're definitely doing it.
Thank you.
And thank you for it.
Thank you.
At Genvic Creations, we are all about capturing that childhood magic. From school events to daily adventures, we are here to tell your child's story because every moment matters. Genvic Creations, where childhood memories are cherished. Every child's story deserves to be told with love. Dream, create, live.
Welcome to the third segment of the Ignition, and we're really excited to have you join the show. And today we are with Tara from Third World Entertainment, and it's a privilege really to have her join us in the show today. I think she's the big thing, or the next big thing happening in Zim right now. Tara, we just wanted to know what you think are some of the biggest lessons you've learned so far when you started in your career, which might inspire people out there?
Okay, so I think some of the biggest lessons are just making sure you have the right people around you. You can have people around you that are motivating you. You can have people around you that will leech off of you, and some that will hold you back. So having a solid core foundation of people around you that can support you, motivate you, and move you along the way is very valuable. And also just not giving too much of yourself up at one time. Sometimes people need to earn that position. So those are kind of a lot of the lessons I've learned so far. Yeah.
And within those lessons, would you say you've had any setbacks or challenges you feel like they turned into a learning curve for you?
Yeah, I've definitely had a lot of setbacks, financial ones that stop the progression. And also just certain things that happen when you are in the momentum stage, and people will interject.
You feel like giving up.
Those people will come and interject, and it'll kind of slow you down and kind of discourage you a little bit. So I would say those are kind of the main things I've experienced.
Okay. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, Tara, so how do you balance the effort you put into Third World Entertainment, and how do you balance that with work and also some other personal commitments that you have? Did you at times get a bit overwhelmed?
I do get overwhelmed. I actually I think I purposely do it to myself. I don't know, it's kind of weird to say, but like I don't like idle time.
Okay.
So like for example, my children, they're very busy. So I kind of form everything around my children's schedule. Okay. They kind of run my life. So I balance all of my entertainment projects, my meetings outside of their schedule. Okay. But I just like to stay busy. So it doesn't bother me if I'm like overwhelmed. It's like, it's kind of like an adrenaline push, like adrenaline junkie type of thing. If I'm like, have all these things.
But how do you get to manage that? Is it a skill or is it something which you were born with?
I might have been born with it.
Or you can inherit it.
I think it's a combination of being born with it and inherited, because like I had my uncle, my closest uncle, he was a big community activist, and he raised us into just being involved in stuff and just having our hands in so many things.
Being proactive,
Yeah, so it's kind of like second nature. I don't really have to think about how to balance it. It just happens. And I mean, sometimes I drop the ball in some places, but it's fine. It's still a learning opportunity, right? Yeah. So that's pretty much it. That's how I do it.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
You had it for yourself. I think some of the takeaways I got from what you're saying, just being proactive. And also, I think as you're in action, you can also just take that personal self-consciousness, and you can, things I think just end up fitting in. Right. It's part of that. And I like that you also fit your schedule to your kids.
I have to. Unfortunately.
So, guys, just make sure you also prioritize family. Family is important, because I think everything we're doing, if we don't put our families first, I think it's all in vain, because we're doing this for our families also. And just make sure we all pay particular attention to it. Yeah. Right. So I see Third World Entertainment. It's a brand which is growing. It's really growing in different spaces. I've seen you have different collaborations with different people, like I think Zimboy and Chenge, her brand, and other people in different spaces. So what would you say it takes to build a brand, and also just to work in conjunction also with other people?
I think building a brand, one of the main things is consistency and visibility. So if you're visually...
Define visibility. It sounds fancy, though. Yeah. If you're visually consistent, meaning like, you see my logo in certain places, or my presence when it comes to supporting other people in the industry and stuff like that, it will come back to you. And then those people will come and say, hey, I also want to bring you in here. I want you to be a part of this, and let's also expand together. So it's kind of like a magnetic effect. And that's kind of also what happened with Shabine. The Tara effect. Hey, we can brand it. I don't mind. Yeah, so that's kind of like, for example, Shabine Fest. It kind of happened the same way. I booked them for Essential Sundays. They seen the vibe. They were there. They experienced it, and they said, we have to do the same thing with Shabine Rap. So come along with us. And so we just all have to continue to work together. Don't be shady to each other. Be true, and don't be selfish either. So I don't know. That's really what I think. It has to be community, collaboration, a lot of visibility, and just consistency. Keep people seeing it like till they're blue in the face, Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Consistency is very key. And, when we were talking earlier, when we were talking about Tara effect, where, you initiate or activate connections, which is what is very important. And I have a couple of friends also through your association I've managed to meet with, and we're doing some amazing, other beautiful collaborations. We thank you for that.
It's all right. You can. I'll send you a bill.
Okay, on second note, yeah,
I'm just kidding. No,
definitely.
it's all from the heart. So when I hear that, like, it just makes me feel so good. It really does. It really does.
And you know what inspires me? You're a woman, you're a lady, and you're representing a lot of other women out there. You know, I haven't really seen a lot of women in the events promotion field or space. Mostly the ones I know is either they're just artists who sing, and then there's a male manager or promoter who kind of tries to get them out there. So I don't know, what message of advice do you have to women? And like, you being a woman, like what would you say? How do you feel like helped you to be resolute in what you're doing and know what you're doing? Yeah.
I would say you really have to remain true to yourself. Okay. Being a woman, I think it just puts you in this vulnerable, that's not a vulnerable atmosphere, but like a vulnerable like category where people won't look at you like, oh, she can do it, or she needs to be with a man or sleep with a man in order to do those type of things. Yeah. So I think as long as you stay on the path and you have to also see these predators, and see these predators around you, but still don't let them in. You know, you just have to stay true to yourself and what you're passionate about, and don't let your gender be something that people can be a predator on you for. Okay. And also just, you know, collaborate with other women. I mean, mostly women. I think women's main role, especially in collaboration with like entertainment, is like the business side of things. So there's a lot of business women out there that can get involved in the entertainment space and help build that for you. Just having a good solid network around you. Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect. To all the women, just know what you want to do, and don't allow yourself to be manipulated. Not that we're stereotyping men. Men are equally important, but as a woman, you just need to know what you stand for. Don't allow it to be manipulated in the space, because I think predators are there, but just make sure you know how you work. I think that's my takeaways from what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah.
That's on God. That's on God. Hey, Megs. Hey, look. If I hit you up, it's ain't then there's your business or your cash. If I bring you up a conversation, then who my gets? Cause normally I don't hang around my gang, I seen a starch. Normally I don't hang around my babe, I seen a nya. Naganda new post per gram, Nadanga full force my gang, I don't get too close.
Welcome to the fourth and last segment of the Ignition podcast. And once again, we're very much excited to have you. Please do subscribe and like our page, and so that you can be able to keep yourself in the loop of future podcasts we'll be having here. Today, we were privileged to have with us Tara from Third World Entertainment. And actually, I don't know your full name. I'm really sorry.
It's okay.
Tell us your full name.
It's Tara Jetter.
Okay, Tara
Jetter.
Jetter.
Yes.
Okay, that's perfect.
Very legendary last name.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's beautiful. And we were very excited to have you today. And I hope our viewers, they also learned something. So in case people want to get in touch with you or just to collaborate with you, how do people do that?
My IG page is Third World Entertainment 2020. You can find my phone number on there. You can message me on there. We're also on Facebook by just Third World Entertainment. And yeah.
So Third World Entertainment on all handles.
Right.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So, Tara, what message of advice would you want to give to someone who maybe, I would say, has lost hope about life, is just struggling out there, but what message of advice would you have for them?
I would say just don't lose hope and be faithful.
Okay.
You just have to kind of find a mental support system, whether it be your parents or your aunties or whoever, those people that can just bring you up out of the dark place that you're in.
Okay.
And just remaining positive that you're going to overcome the current position that you're in.
Definitely. Don't lose hope. Have faith. Things will eventually work out. And then also, last but not least, Tara, we just want to find out, what are some of the events you have lined up which are coming up, maybe which people would love to attend, and for the year 2025.
Well, every last Sunday of the month, we have Essential Sundays. We also have a page, Essential Sundays _ZW.
Okay.
You can see when we have the next one or where it's going to be at, because it kind of moves around to different locations to try to get more visibility. And there's some other things, like I said, I cannot disclose right now.
There's still top secret, by the way.
Top secret stuff.
Yeah.
And then at the Katiki Tiki Art Space, Ella the Garden will be doing first Friday of every month called the Hip Hop Unwind. So it's more of a hip hop inspired, small, intimate collaboration, live music, networking. Yeah. So we'll be doing that the first Friday of every month starting March.
That's in Newlands, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And that'll be starting March 7th. So, and then of course we have Shabin Fest. Okay. So those are my 3 monthly events that will be going on. So.
All right. Yeah. So just make sure you don't miss one of those events, because I've been to some or many of them, and I believe they are really amazing. The atmosphere is amazing. It's beautiful. So make sure you book a date and also attend those events. Thank you, Tara, for coming to the show. We're very excited to have you today, and I hope someone out there was inspired by what we discussed today.
Thank you.
In case you want to get in touch with Third World Entertainment, just make sure you follow those details below the screen. And make sure you also don't miss the events. Essential Sundays will be coming up, and also just follow their page, and then you'll be able to keep yourself in the loop with some of the events coming. Thank you for watching, and make sure you don't forget to like our page and also to share with your friends and family.